Hello, everyone. Good evening, all of you. This time, I have come up with a very important topic, and that topic is going to help you very clearly how to actually become a topper in any examination or in any career, in any career options or studies, etc., etc. So everybody wanted to would like to become a topper. Everybody would like to become a number one in studies. Everybody would want to achieve something great actually. So in this regard, I based on my 19 years of teaching experience, I found out these are the important things which will definitely help you to become a topper. Or yeah, I'm not saying that by following these things you're going to be number one, but I can tell you these are the qualities of a topper. These are the things that most of the toppers, most of the students actually do. All right, let's go ahead with this. You want to be a topper, then following these tips. Number one, see, most of the times, generally, we study because we need to study. We study because there are exams. We study because somebody wants us to study. We study because parents are forcing us to study. We study because we need to pass out. That is not the case, guys. I'm telling you, in any success, but as far as my knowledge is concerned, I'm a gold medalist in economics from university. But when I was reading, I never studied just because I have to study for the exam. I never studied just because I want to clear this exam. I just made my studying as a hobby. See, studying just doesn't just happen. You need to make it as a habit. If you make it as a habit, I'm telling you guys, over a period of time, such a change you will see in your life. And that change is something where by default you will get onto the books and you'll start learning, you'll start writing, you'll start making notes, you will start remembering things, you will start avoiding navigations, you will start having such a concentration, and this concentration is going to help you out in a different way to remember everything in the examinations. So my sincere request, don't just study, make it as a habit. Make it as a habit, make it as a hobby. I'm telling you, this is going to help you a lot. The next thing, see, most of the times we fail in examination, otherwise we just get marks not a very attractive, not very high score, because we don't show interest. You see, unless and until you show inclination, and unless and until you start avoiding things which are actually disturbing you, unless and until you really think that, some of you can say very clearly, sir, I'm not able to study these days because I have a lot of functions at home. That means you are failing to avoid them. Sir, these days I'm not able to study because I have a lot of friends. Some of the parents will come to me most of the time and say, sir, my son, my daughter has a lot of friends, and he or she is not able to study. Every time they come and complain that they're not able to study because of these things, those things, etc., etc. That means what? You're not actually trying to showing interest. You please start showing it. You have to start liking and loving this. Unless and until you start liking what you're doing, unless and until you start loving what you're actually doing, it's not going to work, guys. If you start loving something, obviously I'll start moving away from the other things which I hate, right? If I start loving something, if I start concentrating on something, obviously this is the other way around, right? I will start moving away from the things which are not very important in my life. That is very important. All right, the third important thing is practice more than required. Always, I'm telling you, if you really want to gain confidence, see, sometimes, most of the time, when the exams are at the when the exams are approaching, you will start developing a lot of tension. Why have you started developing tension? Because you never planned, you never studied regularly, right? And you did not cover most of the topics, so your mind is actually hovering around things which you could not do, and you started actually thinking that this I did not do, and if this comes in the examination, what's going to happen? All right, that something is not covered, therefore I'm going to face problems. I always advise you, if you really want to be a topper, if you want to excel in studies, if you want to achieve something which you have never achieved before, you have to practice a lot. You practice more anything, even if you take games or you take cricket, you take football, whatever games that you take, people practice a lot. Practice what is required. No, practice what more than required. That is always a very important thing if you really want to be a topper. The next thing, as better as you can. Dear friends, especially CA students are going for examination right now, and the moment when you start December, this is the time where last 3 months, 4 months, you have to start preparing. And my sincere request, avoid all the distractions. Distractions could be mostly we are distracted because we have a lot of people around us. I don't say friends are a distraction, but I would definitely say during the examination and too much of friendship things, relationship things. These are all very, very. This is not the age for you to start liking somebody. This is not the age for you to start showing interest on somebody. This is the age where you need to achieve something. This is the age where you need to crack something. So therefore, avoid distractions in the form of people, in any form. Some people keep telling you that this is not going to work. The moment one student takes up an admission in CA, immediately the other friends will say CA is very tough, you can't do it, this, that, etc. So these kind of people start saying so many things. Avoid all the distractions. All right, next one. Most of the time we fail to achieve something because we are not interested, and otherwise whatever priorities that we have not distributed, we have not allocated time properly for those things. The only reason why we fail in things because we don't know exactly what should be the priority. The moment somebody tells you that let's go for a movie, you will say yes, though you're not interested. The moment somebody says let's go out, immediately you will say yes, though you're not interested. And you know that you're wasting time, lot of time on WhatsApp, lot of time on Facebook, social media, whatever, lot of time on moving around along with the friends, etc. But still consciously, unconsciously, you try to do it. That means you are not actually deciding what exactly is the priority. So make sure you prioritize things. If you don't prioritize things, then obviously what happens, the main thing that you are actually trying to focus will not be, you will not be able to focus. All right. Next thing, you never follow your dreams. See, I'm telling you, I never wanted to be a teacher. I never wanted to be a teacher, to be very frank. But I became a teacher. But after I became a teacher, I only started having one dream, that I want to be the best in the field. That's it. That's it. Anybody, I'm telling you, because you need to set your dream. You need to understand first what is your goal. If you don't know what is your goal, if you don't know where are you going, if you don't know where are you moving towards, it is very difficult to do what exactly you're supposed to do every day. Every day, what I do is basically driven by the dream that I had in my mind. If you don't have a dream, then you don't do something. So you have a dream and start doing something every day for it. Remember that you are living for the dream, so you will definitely be able to achieve something. The next thing is stop living in the moments. Most of the time what happens is when we like something, we start just living in that. I'm not saying you should not enjoy the moment. You have to enjoy every day. You have to live your life every moment. But what I'm trying to tell you, don't linger on that. Don't try to get stuck in that. The moment, most of the time what happens is like somebody disturbed you, then you will start carrying it for about 10 days. Somebody has started loving you, then you start carrying it for so many days. Some incident happened in your life, you started thinking about it a lot. It is not the life is not about getting stuck at one thing. Life is about moving on. Life is about moving on. So therefore, my dear friends, make sure that you just get out of that moment and start again moving. Your routine has to be something which is towards achieving your dream or realizing your dream or fulfilling your dream. All right. The next thing, many a times you don't even learn. Some students, many a times they would come to me and tell me, sir, I'm reading but I'm not able to understand. Sir, I'm studying but I'm not able to understand. Sir, I'm reading but I'm not able to remember. You're not putting your heart and soul, dear friends. Only thing, why are you failing? The only reason why you're not topping the exams, because you're not learning. You're only studying. You're only reading. You are just reading to the heck of reading. You're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to learn out of it. The moment you start learning what you're trying to make it, actually you're trying to understand, right? The moment you understood the concept, the moment you understood what you're actually reading, that is going to make a lot of difference. So learn every day. Stop calling yourself an average. This is one very important thing. Every time we look at ourselves and start saying that, I'm an average, I'm not special, I'm a below average student. I always score like this only. In 7th class I scored like this, 8th class I scored like this, 9th class I scored like so and so. Only scores very well. I'm not that kind, I'm not that part. I know I don't belong to a category called toppers category. I'm not saying everybody is supposed to be a topper. I'm only saying everybody is supposed to be successful. If you are not successful in what you have chosen, then there is something wrong. For that reason, stop calling yourself average. There might be something which definitely help you. You must have seen. Otherwise, if you're not capable of achieving something, you would not have come to this stage, my dear friends. Today, wherever, whatever position that you have, is only because you could do something. That itself shows that you're capable of achieving something. So you can do it and you will do it. Only thing is when you stop thinking that you can't do it. That's it. The next thing, find your personal motivation. Every time I always how do I get motivated? I always when I want to achieve something, I always think about myself. Yes, I'm the only competitor myself. I always feel that yes, Babu, you're the best in the field. The moment when you start motivating yourself, the whole universe will start helping you. I'm telling you that is called one of the aspect motivation experts say that this is the positive mind leads to positive vibrations. So these things would definitely help us to achieve certain things. So always think that your competitor is you, and you have to be better than yesterday. If you are not able to be better than yesterday, there is something wrong. You are creating a competition outside. So try to improve at least certain amount of percentage every day. Then definitely this will help you to achieve certain things. The next thing, stop believing in negative talking of friends. And most of the time your friends keep talking. Most of the time we try to get discouraged, we try to get demotivated, we try to get offended because we keep listening to the people what they're saying, right? Somebody tells you that you can't do it, somebody tells you, teacher will say this is very tough, friends will say this is not going to work. I've seen a lot of people failing, and I found a lot of people appearing for this, especially courses like IAS, courses like CA, courses like professional qualifications like ACCA, CS, CMA. These qualifications, guys, these require consistent efforts. It does not mean that what about those people? If some X could become, definitely you can become. It is not only created for them, right? That is what you have to understand. Next thing, stay focused always. You need to focus on one thing. That is, you may have to focus on, suppose if you have decided to become CA, focus on that. And you, every time you keep thinking that, okay, let me also finish my MBA, let me also finish my PG, let me also think of an alternative. The moment you start thinking alternative, you're actually not confident on achieving these things. So you need to focus on one thing, and that will definitely help you to gain confidence. That's it for today. I hope these points would definitely help you to focus on studies, and all the best for your exams. And focus on one thing and stay motivated. Motivate yourself. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you so much.